Liberty Cross Country heading down to Blacksburg for the Virginia Tech Alumni Invite coming up on Friday night. Coach, let's go back a couple of weeks ago. You ran at the UVA duels in Earlysville. Tell us about that meet and kind of what you saw from your team early on here.
Well, they all went out as a group, took it kind of easy. The early splits were slow, and then they started picking up and rolling pretty well. And I saw that we have really good depth this year. I would hate to have to pick the finishing order. They're so tight that somebody is feeling good that day might move up 4 or 5 spots where they'd be on a day when they're not feeling so good. So it makes it exciting, interesting. See who's going to surprise you. I think Kelly Schaefer was probably our biggest surprise on the girls' side. I was guessing she might be a 9-10 girl, and she finished 4th in that race. But for us, but we've got a nice mix of experience and youth, and the depth is really good. There's nobody on the team that I think we got a dozen girls that we could be fine if we're running them, maybe even more. And on the guys' side, everybody is competitive, so we're having fun.
Well, how about since that race? Give me an idea of the workouts this team's been doing to prepare for the race here in Blacksburg.
Well, they actually did a workout on this track of 400-meter repeats on Monday, and at the end of that, the girls finished with 1,000 and the men with a mile, just to kind of see what they had, and they look pretty good. It's been hot, so sometime we're doing a morning workout instead of afternoon, because if it gets up in the upper 80s or 90s, it's hard to get a good workout in, as you probably know from your running experience. And
a little bit.
So, but there's maybe 1 or 2 that are a little banged up, but for the most part, we're healthy and training well, and looking forward to seeing what we got on Friday.
What about the course that you'll be running on? What do you know about it?
We've run there before. It's kind of a mix of flat and hills. It's almost all grass, a little bit of dirt. It's not a especially fast course, but it's challenging. It's true cross country, and it's right on the campus there. So it's a fairly good spectator course. You got to run around a little bit, but we'll have a good time out there.
A couple of times you mentioned competition. How does competition make a runner better?
Anything you can get that's going to push you to your ability. It's very hard to run up to your ability. And a lot of it is in the mind. You have to be able to focus, and when you're really hurting, you got to stay focused on something other than just that you're hurting. And so when you get toward the end of races, when you're with people that you think you can beat and they're pushing you, you really learn how to dig deep. And nobody could be a good distance runner unless they learn how to really dig deep. I joke with them sometime that, I wish I was a distance runner, but I'm joking because they suffer a lot. It's a painful thing, and of course, the better shape they get in, the more they also learn to deal with it. But it doesn't take the pain away. Nobody runs their best time. We got that picture in the office of Sam Shalanga when he won nationals, and he's just smiling and it looks like he never did anything. But I know he was working during the race. He was hurting, and that's part of the process. That's part of life, learning to deal with the difficulties, and when you excel through all that, it's very satisfying.
Well, Coach, enjoy the trip. Appreciate your update on the cross country team.
Thank you.
That's head coach Brent Olsman.